vibrator, monostable multi vibrator. Now from the monostable multi vibrator, now we are going to discussing about calculation of pulse width of monostable multi vibrator. Calculation of all of you write down calculation of, all of you mute your mobiles. Calculation of pulse width of pulse width, calculation of pulse width of monostable multi vibrator. I am writing here empty monostable multi vibrator. You need to write monostable multi vibrator. Don't write M dot T. Don't write M dot T. You need to write clearly calculation of pulse width of monostable multi vibrator. So not empty. Monostable multi vibrator means MM. Monostable multi vibrator. So now we are going to calculate the pulse width capital T of monostable multi vibrator. So we need to see that the calculation of this is it generates the monostable multi vibrator will generates the solution for single time constant low pass RC circuits with VI and VF. With VI and VF. The monostable multi vibrator generates solution for single time constant low pass RC circuits with VI and VF as initial and final values. As initial and final values. Therefore, the V naught is equals to VF plus VI minus VF. VI minus VF. Exponential of minus T by here RC circuit we are taking. So because of that reason we are getting RC. So in the stable multi vibrator or square wave generator or pre-running oscillator, here we are getting capital T. You need to keep your mind that point. Here the VI is equals to initial voltage VI is equals to VD into VD is nothing but diode forward voltage. VD is nothing but where VI is diode forward voltage. You need to write here diode forward voltage like that, or else you don't have, you will be in confusion state. Diode forward voltage. VI is nothing but VI is equals to VD Vf is equals to minus V saturation minus V saturation. Substitute all these values in the above equation. What you will get it? V naught is equals to minus V saturation. Vf means minus V saturation plus into Vi means Vd minus Vf means minus V saturation. Minus of minus means plus. Here you will get the plus V saturation. Plus V saturation. Exponential minus T by RC. At small t is equals to capital T, let us assume that at small t is equals to capital T and Vc is equals to minus beta V saturation. Here that Vc is nothing but V naught. You need to write here R V naught is equals to minus beta V saturation. Substitute this in this equation. Assume that this is equation number 2. This is equation number 1. Substitute this V naught value in the above equation number 2. Minus beta into V saturation. Is equals to minus V saturation plus Vd plus V saturation here we have bracket into exponential of minus capital T by RC. So why here we are getting capital T, assuming that we already assumed that small t is equals to capital T. Small t is equals to capital T. Yeah, you need to take common exponential term in this side. First, you need to take common here. You need to send this vsat to that side. First, this side. And then we'll get it that term. You need to do step by step. Vsat You need to send this positive minus vsat to this side, then that is positive vsat, right? 1 minus beta is equals to vd plus vsat into exponential of minus capital T by RC. Okay. So you need to send this exponential to this side and vsat to that side. Then what will get it here? Exponential of minus capital T by RC into 1 minus beta is equals to Vd plus V saturation. Vd plus V saturation divided by V saturation. Okay, we are getting this. Now you need to send this 1 minus beta to that side, or else first you need to take vsat common. I think all of you know that the beta value is equals to R2 by R1 plus R2. You need to remember that. You need to remember that the beta value is equals to R2 by R1 plus R2. Keep your mind that point. Okay. You need to simplify this expression. Simplify this expression. Exponential of minus T by RC into 1 minus beta is equals to 1 plus Vd by Vsat. Then next, simplify the expression. Exponential of capital minus T divided by RC is equals to 1 plus Vd by Vsat divided by 1 minus beta. Then capital T is equals to RC logarithm of RC ln of that term again you need to use here. One plus Vd by Vsat. Where beta is equals to where the beta value is equals to, you need to remember that R2 by R1 plus R2, R2 by R1 plus R2. Assume that if the V saturation value is far greater than Vd, assume that the V saturation value far greater than Vd and R1 is equals to R2 and R1 is equals to R2. If the R1 is equals to R2, the beta value is 0.5. Assume that if the R1 is R2 means what is the beta value? This beta value is equals to 0.5. Why here we are getting 0.5? 1 by 2. This is a 1, 1 plus 1, 2. 1 by 2 is equals to 0.5 only. That is beta value. Okay. After that, you know that Vd value, V saturation is far greater than Vd value. Then what will you get it? Tell me what you will get it. You need to get it here, the value of T is equals to 0.69 RC. 0.69 RC will get it here. So how you will get it, this value means you need to do that. This T is equals to here, T is equals to, this value is going to see here from this is the 0.5, right? 1 by 0.5 means we will get it that value. Okay, so here what will get this one value, right? Is 1 plus 1, 2 only. 2 by 0.5, then ln of something. Ln of 2 is equals to 0.69. Substitute 0.5 here. This value is equals to 1. You need to do that. T is equals to RC ln of this 1 by 0.5. That equals to 0.69 RC. Okay, you need to write here that point clearly. In this you need to write clearly R1 is equals to, if R1 is equals to R2 and VD or VSAT, you need to write this condition here, greater than VD. So based on this condition, based on this condition, if VSAT is greater than VD and R1 is equals to R2, so that we'll get it the beta value is equals to 0.5. We'll get it the beta value is equals to 0.5. Then if you substitute those two values in this equation, we'll get it this equation. T is equals to Rn ln of 1 by 0.5. Then that it equals to 0.69 Rc. For monostable operation, the trigger pulse, the monostable operation, the trigger pulse width Tp should be less than or much less than T value. The trigger pulse width Tp should be much less than T, the pulse width of the monostable multi-vibrator. The pulse width of the monostable multi-vibrator. So in this monostable multi-vibrator circuit diagram, we have a D1 and D2 diodes. You need to remember that. We have D1 and D2 diodes. The D2 will be in the downside and D1 will be in the, or the D2 will be connecting to your non-inverting terminal and D1 will be connecting to your inverting terminal of op-amp. The D2 is used to avoid malfunctioning. The diode D2 is used to avoid malfunctioning by blocking the positive noise spikes, that may be present at differentiated trigger input. Therefore, the monostable multi-vibrator circuit is also referred to as time delay circuit. Monostable multi-vibrator circuit is also referred to as time delay circuit, as it generates a fast transition at a predetermined time capital T after application of input trigger. And also it is called as gating circuit. Gating circuit, gating circuit, as it generates a rectangular waveform at a definite time. It is also called as gating circuit. It generates a rectangular waveforms at a definite time. So up to now, the monostable multi-vibrator is completed. We have the another form of derivation for capital T also. We have the another form of definition for capital T. So based on the stable multivibrator derivation. So based on that, we have the another format also. So we will discuss now only. First, we need to draw the diagram. Based on diagram, we need to derive the expression. Okay, we already discussed the expression. Sorry, operation. Just we need to see that derivation, another form of derivation, without using second diode. How to design the monostable multivibrator. We have the another definition, derivation for stable and monostable. So first we'll see that monostable only. Why means now we are discussing that only. The next class we will discuss stable, the another derivation. First you need to draw the diagram. All of you draw the diagram fastly. Here we need to apply V input, we need to connect here feedback resistor. Assume that this is the capital R, inverting and non-inverting terminal. Okay, this is the capacitor, this is the diode D. Here you will get it a V out. R1 and R2. So from this diagram, we need to derive the expression. Let us assume this is the node A. Okay. Let us assume that if you get it V0 value is equals to positive V saturation. This is the monostable diagram only. Positive V saturation. It is in stable state. If the V0 value, so before discussing that, first here you need to assume that here if the stable state is low, then the trigger is applied. Here if you are applying triggering pulse, the output will be go to high. That is V0 is equals to plus V saturation. If we are applying trigger pulse to this circuit diagram. or if you are applying input to this diagram, then you will get the V naught value is equals to positive V saturation. It is in stable state only. Then the voltage at node A, is equals to R2 into positive V saturation divided by R1 by R2. R1 by R2. R beta V saturation. Okay, as output is plus V saturation, what will happen? The diode D will become forward bias. If the output value is positive V saturation, means the diode D is in forward bias, and the voltage across the capacitor C forward voltage drop of diode. Therefore, the voltage at negative input terminal. Forward bias of diode. Then you will get the BV saturation is greater than voltage at negative terminal. The BV saturation is greater than the whatever the voltage, will get it at the inverting input terminal. And the output of op-amp remaining same. There is no change in that. We are getting same only this. Let's say after a certain time, a trigger signal is applied at the node A. So whenever negative trigger signal is applied, whenever negative trigger signal is applied, momentarily, the output at positive input, at the positive input terminal of the op-amp will be less than the negative input. So whatever we are applying input to this terminal, that value is less than to negative terminal input, so that the output of the op-amp switches from negative V saturation to negative V saturation to positive V saturation. And the circuit goes into unstable. So the voltage of positive input is negative beta into V saturation minus beta V saturation, or else beta into minus V saturation. The output of the op-amp is minus V saturation. So assume that the diode which is used in circuit is ideal. So forward voltage across diode is 0. So for time capital T, only output remains in unstable. As soon as output reaches to positive V saturation, the diode D will be in forward bias. If you get it, the voltage across the capacitor is forward, voltage drop across the diode. Therefore, the time period T depends on RC and R1 and RC. The output value, the time period at capital T is depends on this R and C, R, comma C, comma R, capital R1 and R2. So when negative trigger is applied, then if you are applying negative triggering to this circuit, then what will happen? The C will start charging towards minus V saturation. Whenever negative trigger is applied, then C starts charging towards minus V saturation. Why this will be starts? We'll draw that diagram, then you will have idea. Yeah. Assume that this is the upper threshold and lower threshold values that you need to keep in mind are positive beta V saturation. The one more is negative beta V saturation. This is the beta V saturation. V sat. This is the minus beta V sat. This is the V saturation. Here we are noted down V naught in this T. So this is stable state. This is the stable state. This is the quasi state or unstable. Unstable state. This is the stable state. Okay, it is stable state means here we are getting the constant. Then here is the unstable means we are getting like this up to here. Again it will getting like this. Here we are getting again stable. See, here we discussed this. Now it seems whenever you are applying negative triggering to this circuit, in this circuit the capacitor C starts. Here we are applying negative triggering. Then what will happen? From this point here we are applying negative triggering. From this point the capacitor charging like this. Like this the capacitor is going to charge from minus V saturation to the capacitor is going to charge. Okay. So for this circuit initially V value is equals 0 and the capacitor is charging towards minus V saturation. Okay, here we have that point here. We are missing that. We are taking here from 0 to. Because of that reason first we need to discuss this. The value which will be starts to charge from or towards minus V saturation. So therefore the VC of T is equals to initial input voltage V initial is equals 0. So VC of T is equals to V final VF final means plus VI initial, VI means initial minus V final, VF means final only, into exponential of minus T by RC only. So you know it here V final is equals to minus V saturation, right? Why means here we are applying negative trigger pulse as a input. Then initial value Vi is equals to 0. Initial value Vi equals to 0. You substitute all values in the above equation. Assume that t is equals to t1. Assume that t is equals to t1. Then substitute all values in the above equation. Vc of t1. Vc of t1 is equals to Vf means minus V saturation plus Vi means 0 minus Vf means minus V saturation. Minus means plus V saturation into exponential of minus T1 by Rc. And then simplify the expression first. Here assume that Vc of T1 is equals to beta minus V saturation. That is output voltage. Vc of T is nothing but output voltage. Okay, that also you need to substitute here. Minus beta V saturation is equals to minus V saturation plus V saturation into exponential of minus T1 by Rc. Then simplify the expression. You need to send this V saturation to this side. Then you will get it. You need to take common V saturation. Once if you send minus V saturation to this side, if you send this to this side, this will be comes into positive. Okay now. You need to take V saturation common. 1 minus beta is equals to V saturation into exponential of minus T1 by Rc. That equals to simplify the expression fast. V saturation going to cancel. Then you will get it 1 minus beta is equals to exponential of V saturation going to cancel. Then you need to write here exponential minus T1 by Rc is equals to 1 minus beta. You know the beta value, right? If R1 is equals to R2, then you will get it. This value is 0.5, right? Assume that here the beta value is equals to 0.5. So that we will discuss later. You need to do the first simplification. Minus T1. Substitute beta value also. R2 by R1. R2 by R1 plus R2 you need to substitute is equals to ln of substitute the R1 and R2 values, then what you will get it here? R1 by R2 will going to cancel. Here the beta value is equals to, you know it, I am writing here, you need to see. Beta is equals to R2 by R1 plus R2. If you substitute that value here, you will get it R1 by R1 plus R2. Then T1 is equals to here. T1 is equals to RC ln of logarithm of R1 by R1 plus R2. Therefore, R1 equals to R1 equals to R2. Therefore, R1 equals to R2. And what is the T1 value? T1 is equals to, if R1 equals to R2 means this is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is nothing but, sorry, not 1 by 2, 1 plus, here 1 is missing, right? See, here this is minus only. Here we are not applying minus. If you are applying minus, this will be going to change R1 plus R2 by R1. If you apply minus to this side, then this R1 plus R2 comes to upper and R1 comes to down. Okay, so then the T1 value is equals to .69 RC. You need to observe carefully here. Here we have minus. If you are applying minus to this side, then this R1 plus R2 comes to upper and R2 will comes to down. So then what will get it? T1 is equals to, we will get it this. You need to write if you want. I'll write it here. I don't have space here. Okay, now I'll write. Wait here. You need to write clearly here. T1 is equals to minus RC ln of R1 by R1 plus R2 this. Yeah, if you apply minus to inside to the logarithmic, ln of R1 plus R2 by R1. This. Okay, then next, if R1 is equals to R2 and T1 is equals to T, substitute those two. Capital T is equals to RC ln of 1 plus 1 2, 2 by 1, 2 only. Ln of 2 is equals to 0.69 RC. This is the derivation of time period T. Derivation of time period T for monostable. We discussed here two types. We discussed here two types of derivations we discussed here. So based on in the previous one, calculation of pulse width T in the monostable multivibrator using two diodes, but here we are using only single diode. So based on that only we are deriving here derivation of time period T.